What up, Bros Nation? How's it going? How's it going? Hope everybody's having a good weekend and they ready to get back to this money. Oh, I'm getting an echo here. 1 second. Let's see where this echo's coming from. Alrighty, let's see. I think it's over here. Yeah. Cool. All right. Anyways, so hope we ready to get back to this money this coming week. It's our first official Money Talk Sundays live stream. We're gonna see how this goes. See where I need to make adjustments, where I need to make some changes as we go forward. So the next live stream will ultimately be better than this one. But what better way to know what needs to be done than to just get right into it, right? So this is what I'm doing this evening, tonight. It is Money Talk Sundays, our first live stream right now. So anyway, what I have on the agenda for you guys today is the latest update on Vaxart, VXRT. You know, I made a couple videos already about Vaxart. I'm real bullish about Vaxart, and I know that it's about to break out soon, and it's gonna take off. So I'm ready for it. So we're gonna talk about Vaxart. Second thing I want to talk to you guys about is another option strategy that I want to share with you guys. Now, remember I did a couple videos already on different option strategies. I have one now. It's a festive option strategy that will 7 times your money. And then, of course, we're going to go ahead and talk about the latest craze with crypto. We're going to get into all that. And maybe if time permits, I gotta check everything, because like I said, it's the first live stream, so I'm trying to make sure everything looks good on all ends. But anyway, if time permits, I'll go ahead and go into metamaterials. There was another viewer request. They wanted a video on metamaterials. So anyway, so that's what we have for today. Now, you already know the drill. If you're coming in through the door, you're seeing this video or you're hearing this podcast, hit the like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the support link that's in the description box. Go ahead and get your whiteboard ready, get your notebook ready, get your pen and paper ready, however you want to take notes or whatever it is you're going to do to absorb this information. And we're going to just go ahead and get right to it. Just go ahead and drop the freaking beat, homie. So yes, welcome again to Money Talk Sundays. Let's talk Vaxart, VXRT. Now on Thursday, the company announced that the creation of an 8-member scientific and clinical advisory board. Now interestingly enough, even though they announced this past Thursday, the board's first meeting actually occurred back on the 24th of July. And it is comprised of medical and healthcare professionals who are vaccine, research, and academic experts in immunology, microbiology, and infectious diseases. Now, the CEO of Vaxart said that we are excited to have such preeminent leaders in their fields joining our scientific and clinical advisory board. We believe their participation reflects the seriousness of our mission, our science, and the disruptive promise of our oral vaccines. We will benefit from access to their years of experience and deep expertise as we continue to advance our portfolio of programs. I am excited by the work Vaxart is doing and the promise its work holds for improving public health, said advisory board member Dr. Robert B. Belch, a Jorn Endowed Professor Emeritus of Infectious Diseases and Immunology at St. Louis University. I really don't like how I'm looking on this other camera. I'm gonna have to do something about that, but it won't be on this one. Keep it moving. Anyway, A room temperature stable pill has the promise to change how we vaccinate people both in the US and abroad. An oral tablet vaccine could help vaccinate more people sooner in more corners of the world and thus has the potential to make a major contribution to public health globally, Dr. Belch added. Now, the people that are on this board, the 8 members on this board, they are Ralph Barrick, PhD, Professor, Department of Epidemiology, Microbiology, and Immunology, Gillings School of Global Public Health, University of North Carolina. Of course, Robert Belch, MD, Professor Emeritus, Division of Infectious Diseases, Allergy, and Immunology, Founder, Center for Vaccine Development, St. Louis University. Stefan Gravenstein, MD, Professor of Medicine, Director, Division of Geriatrics and Palliative Care of Brown University. Gregory Gray, MD, Professor of Medicine, Division of Infectious Diseases, Duke University School of Medicine. Harry Greenberg, MD, Joseph D. Grant Professor in the School of Medicine, Associate Dean for Research at Stanford University. At the University of Washington, Marion Pepper, PhD, Associate Professor, Immunology. We have Stanley A. Plotkin, MD, Emeritus Professor, University of Pennsylvania, Adjunct Professor at Johns Hopkins University, Principal at Vax Consult, LLC. And we also have George Sieber, MD, Member Board of Directors of Affinivax, an Adjunct Professor at Johns Hopkins School of Medicine. Now, word is making its round that VXRT isn't going to be playing the waiting game and wait for Uncle Sam. So my prediction right now for VXRT has not changed. If you haven't started investing, do so now. It is currently trading at $8.34. We'll see how it does in pre-market trading tomorrow morning. Now, just to go a little background as far as some of these advisory board members, going back to Ralph Barrick, he is a distinguished professor in the Department of Epidemiology and a professor in the Department of Microbiology and Immunology. In addition, he is a World Technology Award finalist and a fellow of the American Association for Microbiology. He has spent the past 3 decades as a world leader in the study of coronaviruses and is responsible for UNC Chapel Hill's world leadership in coronavirus research. Now, the Barrick Lab, named after Ralph Barrick, uses coronaviruses as models to study the genetics of RNA virus transcription, replication, persistence, pathogenesis, genetics, and cross-species transmission. He has used alpha virus vaccine vectors to develop novel candidate vaccines. Robert Belch directed the NIH-funded Vaccine and Treatment Evaluation Unit at St. Louis University for the past 3 decades. His clinical and laboratory research interests include the development of live attenuated respiratory virus vaccines. Recent clinical projects include the evaluation of novel vaccines for influenza, including the live attenuated influenza vaccine available for children and adults aged 2 through 49. Belch coordinated 50 other academic centers to evaluate a subunit vaccine for HSV2 in women ages 18 through 30, and more than 8,300 women participated in the trial. Stefan Gravenstein, he is a professor in the Departments of Medicine and Health Services Policy and Practice at Brown University's School of Medicine and Public Health and serves as the director of the Division of Geriatrics and Palliative Medicine at the Alpert Medical School of Brown University. Dr. Gregory Gray is an infectious disease epidemiologist and professor at Duke University with 3 affiliations: the Division of Infectious Diseases in Duke University School of Medicine, the Duke Global Health Institute, and the Duke Nicholas School of the Environment. He also serves as a professor in the program in emerging infectious diseases and the Global Health Institute at Duke NUS Medical School, Singapore, and as a professor of global health at Duke Kunshan University in China. Dr. Harry Greenberg, is the Joseph D. Grant Professor in the School of Medicine and Associate Dean for Research at Stanford University. He was the lead inventor of the first generation vaccine for rotavirus, a severe diarrheal disease that kills between 300,000 and 400,000 children each year in the developing world. Marion Pepper out of University of Washington. Marion Pepper graduated with a bachelor's degree in biology and English from Williams College and received her PhD in immunology in 2006 from the University of Pennsylvania. She completed postdoctoral training at the University of Minnesota and joined the Department of Immunology as an assistant professor in 2011 and was promoted to associate professor in 2017. Stanley Plotkin is an emeritus professor at the University of Pennsylvania and an adjunct professor at Johns Hopkins University. Until 1991, he was professor of pediatrics and microbiology at the University of Pennsylvania, professor of virology at Wistar Institute, and at the same time, director of infectious diseases and senior physician at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. In 91, Plotkin left the university to join the vaccine manufacturer Pastor Mario Conal. I know I just butchered the name, but where for 7 years he was the medical and scientific director based at Marnes-la-Coquette, now known as Sanofi Pasteur. I'm just killing that name, but whatever. George Siebert, MD, is an internationally recognized vaccine expert with 40 years of experience in developing numerous innovative vaccines. From 1975 to 1996, Dr. Siebert served on the Faculty of Medicine at Harvard University as assistant and associate professor of medicine based at the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. Concurrently, from 1982 to 1996, Dr. Siebert was director of the Massachusetts Biologic Laboratories. Under his leadership, the laboratory developed specific immune globulins to CMV, cytogam, and to RSV respigam, the precursor product to Synagis. So, that's just a who's who on the board of VXRT, a who's who. Basically, you know they're ready to get it moving. They brought in the big guns. They're about to push VXRT over the top. So pay attention. The next couple of weeks, you're going to hear some more news coming out. You're going to see some more things that's going to come into the news, that's going to come into play, and you're going to start to see VXRT pumping. And right now, there is no ceiling for where VXRT can really go once they come out with their oral vaccine pills. Now, it's a little early for the festivity, but we're going to go ahead and move on. Like I said before, like I said in the introduction, I want to show you guys a new option strategy. I did several episodes, several podcasts previously about how you can 3 times your money and how you can 4 times your money. Now today I want to talk about how you can 7 times your money with this option strategy. Now if you haven't seen the previous episodes where I talk about the option strategies, go ahead, definitely check them out. Check them out on YouTube or check it out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. Just check it out and you'll actually be able to glean a lot of good information. But today, what I want to do, we're going to take it up a notch. We're going to get real festive with it with the Christmas tree butterfly spread with calls. It is more intensive, it is more complex than the last 2 option strategies that I covered, but I'm going to break it down to you as simple as I can, step by step. Are you ready? I'd like to go ahead and check around, make sure everything's looking good. Looks so far so good over here on this end. So alright, so we'll keep it going. Cool. Step 1, pick a stock. This is the same step as in the last two option strategies that I covered. Pick a stock that is trading sideways. It doesn't have any special news coming out. It's not about to report earnings or have a split or anything like that. Something that's relatively quiet and moving sideways. Grab that stock. Step 2, go to the options playing your favorite app, whether it's Robinhood, Webull, E-Trade, TradeStation, whatever you use. Just go ahead and go to your options section for your favorite app. Now, first off, what you're gonna do, you're gonna switch to the sell call, because what we're doing right now, we're doing calls. So you're gonna go to sell call, and what you want to do is choose the option right below the current share price. Once you've done that, switch over to buy call. You're gonna choose the option right above the current share price. Once you've done that, you're gonna go back to the sell call, switch back to sell call, and then you're gonna select the option two below of that first sell call that you selected. So not the one directly below it, but the next one. Skip that one, go to the next one. And after you do that, you're gonna switch back over again to the buy call. And this time what you're gonna do is you're gonna choose the option call right above the sell call you just selected. So basically the one you skipped for the sell call, that's what you're gonna use for your buy call right here. Next, what you're gonna do is skip two down again and select the next buy call. Then once you have all these calls selected, you're gonna want to edit the ratio on these calls. So for the first sell call option that you selected, you're gonna want to change it to 3. You're gonna want to sell 3 of the first sell call option. Then you're gonna want to buy 2 of the first buy call option that you selected. And then finally, you're gonna want to buy 1 of the buy call option directly below the strike price. Now, just as in before, your gains are going to be up to 7 times, maybe a little bit more than what you put in. But your max loss will not be more than what you initially invested. So you're not going to have a ridiculous amount of loss. It'll just be just what you put in, nothing more, and you'll be fine. So let me know how this Christmas tree butterfly spread with calls works out for you. I'm going to go ahead and give that a whirl this week. As I've said before, I am not a professional options trader. I'm a novice when it comes to options trading. Me personally, I like swing trading because it's less. It requires less attention. I don't have to be on it and just to make sure I don't blow it and things like that. And it's not as volatile, or it could be, but for me, swing trading is safer for me as I learn more and more about options trading. So let me know how this works out for you. Give it a shot, and we'll just go from there. And finally, what I want to talk to you today, let's talk crypto. It's been a while since I've covered crypto. When we first started this podcast, I used to talk crypto a lot. That used to be my segment. Being the investment bro, I would cover crypto, and then my brother would cover regular stocks. But with time and scheduling and everything like that, and with the shifting of the market and that whole bear run that crypto was in, my stocks were starting to run while crypto was sleeping. So I shifted back over to to stocks. But let's go ahead and talk crypto, as crypto is making a resurgence, is making a move back into play. Now in in crypto news, Bitcoin is knocking on the door of $50,000. Now some speculate that it's about to go on a bullish break. Now I do need to correct this because Bitcoin has now crossed over $50,000. So Bitcoin is making its move, and as Bitcoin goes, so does the rest of the crypto market, generally speaking. Now this rally is overcoming a rare confluence of technical obstacles, including an April low of about 47,000 and a Fibonacci cluster between Fibonacci cluster between 47,000 and 48,000. And spent a lot of time consolidating in that range. Now the new resistance level for Bitcoin, it appears, is going to be 50,000. Now, like I said before, it just broke 50,000. Let's see if it could maintain its run, or if it's going to pull back, if that resistance is going to hold, or if that's going to be a new support for Bitcoin. Time will tell. We shall see within the next few days, the coming weeks. Now, Bitcoin has recovered after trading in a range of about 30,000 to 40,000 for several weeks, many weeks, after it plunged from a record near 65,000 in mid-April. Remember that? It was way up there. Now, still, it's up significantly in the past year amid institutional adoption and endorsements from big names like Paul Tudor Jones and Stan Druckenmiller. Now, global crypto adoption has risen some 881% in the past 12 months, according to Chainalysis. Now, the total market value of cryptocurrencies was at $2.17 trillion today, according to data from CoinGecko.com, up about 1.1% in the last 24 hours. The overall value has been helped in the past 7 days by the 18% rally in Cardano, ADA, good job, and Binance Coin's 11% gain, while Dogecoin is up about 9% over the period, and Solana 73%, according to CoinGecko. And as I mentioned before, Bitcoin has broken the 50,000 mark. It's roughly around $50,000, $19.47 and counting. In fact, yeah, it's roughly around there. But we'll see how if it's able to maintain this run. In other crypto, when the top cryptocurrency markets go bullish, i.e., Bitcoin, all other assets will follow sooner or later. However, some altcoins can do their own thing regardless of what Bitcoin or Ethereum dictate. VeChain, which is another one that I am invested in, and I have a lot of VeChain coins, is one of those currencies. And as the VeChain price has been bullish for a while now. However, the monthly uptrend has not been broken yet, and there is still a 120% gain in VeChain in the past 30 days. Now, fueling this price explosion are the overarching market conditions, but also significant developments for VeChain. Additionally, the $1.2 billion in daily trading volume will help move things along. Now, thanks to solid pairings against USDT, BTC, Bitcoin, KRW, and USD, the US dollar, it is relatively easy to acquire VeChain exposure. These days. VeChain trades on the most prominent exchanges except Coinbase. I have mine on Uphold, although Coinbase may start to accept VeChain as well. Just like it opened the door for Dogecoin, it may now start trading VeChain. In Dogecoin news, speaking of Dogecoin, exclusive on-chain analysis of Dogecoin shows it is currently being adopted by new investors at a level not seen since late 2017's bull market. Now, with new investors increasing their share of supply from 9% in July 2020 to 25% as of this month. Chainalysis chief economist also pointed out that Dogecoin ownership is very concentrated, citing that a small number of wealthy entities own most of the supply. Now, he explained that there are currently 4 million on-chain Doge holders. However, 106 billion Doge, 82% of supply, is held by 535 entities that hold more than 10 million Doge each, or 0.01% of entities. So you know they're holding, and they're going to cash out hard when it goes. Now, this is likely a mixture of businesses such as exchanges that store Doge on behalf of millions of traders and a few now wealthy early investors. Now, he further noted that out of 4 million Doge holders, 2.1 million entities hold less than 100 Doge each, with half of them holding the meme cryptocurrency for more than 2 years. The economist explained that these low balance entities are not necessarily just individuals, but are likely to be scattered wallets belonging to a smaller number of individuals. Now, Dogecoin's price rise demonstrates that cryptocurrencies are experiments in branding for financial assets, plugged directly into the craziness and creativity of the internet. While this may seem counter to traditional financial brand values, it may be that traditional financial brand values are just out of step with your everyday consumer. And as I said it before, and I'll say it again, Dogecoin is the people's money. Dogecoin is the layman's money, and it will continue to solidify itself as the layman's money. So with crypto, do I still think it's gonna have? Do I still think that this is an actual bull run? I'm skeptical. I believe it's just another little jump, but it's not a full bull run yet. I think maybe later on this year it might actually take off and go on that actual bull run. But right now, I just feel it's climbing. Yeah, it's climbing, but it's not a full bull run yet. That is my opinion. I feel there's going to be a pullback. There's going to be some hurdles, some setbacks, because we never solved the whole mining issue with the environmental impact issue as of yet. I haven't seen anything that's been posted that said that it's been resolved, that it's been solved. So that will continue to be a factor, especially as other news comes out from China and everywhere else, and talk about the regulation issue here in the United States. But we're definitely waiting to hear what happens with XRP, with Ripple's lawsuit. They did say to keep an eye out for October 15th, I believe it was. There's supposed to be some August 30th and October 15th. Those 2 dates are supposed to be some major news to come out affecting that. But anyway, that's neither here or there. That's what we're gonna wait to see. But I wanted to go ahead and thank you guys for tuning in and checking out this live stream. As I said before, this is the first one, and I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna note what was done good, note what was done bad, how can it be improved. I may go ahead and do next week's podcast live stream as well, possibly, depending on how this works. Or I do have all week to iron out some wrinkles, and I will continue to do so. But I enjoyed doing this, and I'm feeling it out, and I'm just glad that you were able to join me with this. Like I said before, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the support link in that description box. Help me out. Help us out, Investment Bros, as we continue to make this marathon run and we do what we do here. If you have any questions, any concerns, any feedback, go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section, or send a message, send a DM, however you want to do it. Continue to like, share, subscribe, tell your folks about Money Talk Sundays channel, the podcast available everywhere on your podcast to listen to. Apple, Spotify, Breaker, Google. I mean, it's there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a good evening. Enjoy your Sunday night. Let's see how trading goes tomorrow. Let's go get this money. The marathon continues. This is Stevie B signing off for Money Talk Sundays. Good night, everybody. 1.